Welcome back to Gagne Farms. I'm Eric, and guess what, guys? I've done it again. It's September 30th, and I've yet to put up a ground blind for archery deer season in Michigan. So that's what we're doing. We're going to get these things set up quick. We still have plenty of time. It's okay. I usually don't get out the first week or so of season anyways. It's really hot here. We're going to walk up and down the edge of the cornfield here. See if I can find some deer lanes here, some traveling lanes that some deer runs they've been going down. If you look right here, you got to watch the poison ivy in the ditch. But this right here is a major highway. So I think we're gonna get set up here just on the edge of the wood line. I got a couple pop-ups here in the back of the truck. So I'm gonna get those out, go set them up, and get ready for this season. I am excited. I think we're gonna do good this season. We've got lots of changes with the windmills, but that's okay. It's gonna be exciting, challenging, and I'm looking forward to it. So follow on, guys. So right here we got a heavily used deer lane, and I've set up in here before and had good luck, so I'm gonna do it again. And I try to get in here quick and get out. I don't like to screw around too much, but this is a good little area. There's a few little lanes here, and if I set kind of right about here, I got a good shot here, and directly behind me as well. So I'm gonna get my pruners and I'll prune a few of these smaller trees down, but yeah, it's a good spot right here. I know that's not how you bring a deer blind into the woods, but this one took a little damage to the roof about a year ago with a little too much snow. I got the top of this kind of pinned together. Just leaving it like that, and we're gonna go. I actually said I was gonna set right here. I'm gonna move it just about 10 yards off this trail right here. So there's a few more lanes over there. So we're gonna set up over there. There we go. That's a perfect lane right down there. And they cross right in front here. They just go right there. So I'm kind of liking this area. I like the spot. These bigger side windows I can take down. They also cross, let's see, be to my left hand side here. So they come in a lot over here, and they track across. And then they go to right through here, which is larger section of oaks out here. So they travel from over this way, and they'll travel right through here and then into the oaks. And then their bedding areas are beyond the oaks about, I would say a couple 100 yards probably. So we're kind of getting them coming and going from a food source to the left and a bedding area in front, and they also have food source right there in that big old cornfield too. So I like it. I'm gonna brush this guy in just a little bit and put some stakes in the ground. I'm not crazy about the shoot through windows for bow season. They're pretty much useless for gun season because you will literally blow that thing into shreds with a gun, just the muzzle blast alone. Guys, just a little bit about this blind. I got this at TSC 2 years ago, so I've hunted with it for 2 seasons worth. It's not a bad blind. I just looked at the tag. It said it was from Hadley. I'm not sure if that's the brand name. I don't see one printed on the outside either. So a couple nice features here. It has these straps right here, so you can brush it in nice. You can just put your twigs and brush and stuff in. I like that. And I do like the fact that it's got a full window. So this window, you can just eke that down a little bit, but it goes the full way across. Or if you just want, you know, a little crack to look through, you can kind of just do that too. So I do like that. It is big. That is one very nice thing about this pop-up. A few cons. It does not have the string like most pop-ups that come down and you can string it down to the ground with a tent stake. I actually like that feature. It does, however, have these loops here on the pull-outs, so I guess if you wanted to put your own string in it, you could. Like I said before, I'm not a fan of the shoot-through screens. I have not found a decent blind that has a way to hold up the screen. So if I just want to say, I just want, you know, maybe a little hole. I don't need much. You know, 6-inch hole right there would be plenty enough to shoot through. But I have yet to find a ground blind that has a nice way to hold up the shoot-through mesh, or to take it off completely. And you can roll it up and things like that, but it's still not the same. So the door, I want to show you guys the door real quick here. A lot of the blinds have it split right down the one side and you open up the whole side. This is not like that. This has like a butterfly, I guess, design to it, which it's good and it's bad. It's nice because then the thing doesn't flop all over the place, and you can get in pretty, you can sneak into this pretty well. The bad thing is if you've got a larger crossbow or a rifle, or you know, and trying to get into here, it is kind of hard to get all you and your equipment and everything in there at one time. So usually what I do is I'll go in and I'll lay my pack down, weapon down, and kind of climb in like that. All in all, I liked it. It held up well. We had a real bad snowstorm and the roof caved in and it broke one of the supports in there. It actually broke the hub. I was able to put the actual tent pole back in it, and it's working. I mean, it's up right now. That's all I care about. I was gonna put it up even if the roof would not stay up. I was still gonna put it up out here. So that's that, guys. Quick little review of this dude. We're gonna go get our tent stakes, stake this guy down, and I have a chair. I'm gonna throw a chair in there, and we're gonna go on to the next one. Boy, I love this kind of weather. It's cooled down now. The heat has finally broke. We got a couple days that might hit 70, but mostly we're in the 60s, lower 60s, mid 60s. So we're in that weird transition time where there's a good lane there too, huh? We're in that transition time where, you know, we could have a 75-degree day. That's probably gonna be our high for a while, or we could have a 50-degree day, and it would probably be back to back in the same 2 days. that's kind of our weather pattern right now. So, all right, I'm gonna grab a chair. Let's see. I'm gonna grab this guy here, and I'm gonna grab a couple tent stakes, and we're gonna go back out, stake this guy down. I'm gonna brush it in a little bit too, because I like to have a little bit of brushed in blind. So in the middle of the woods like that, camo is pretty good, but every little bit helps. So we are going to open this guy up. I'm just gonna set this chair in there. Don't need to set it up quite yet. Just get him sitting in there. I got some tent stakes here, and since this is which way the wind comes from, we're gonna stake her down this direction. All right. Well, that's that. I'm gonna throw some brush on this guy quick. Let's stand back here just a few feet. And don't look bad. Alright guys, let's move on to the next one, eh? Alright guys, we're at spot number 2. And this is back by my normal hunting blind. So we're gonna go, instead of setting up on the field, I don't know if you can see here, I'll turn around a little bit. That's my platform, and I usually set my pop-up right up on top of that platform. Instead of doing that, I'm gonna go in the woods here. I seen a pretty good deer run on my way in here, so I'm gonna set up on that 30 yards or so off of that deer run and give it a shot. I have seen quite a few deer in this area. This is where I cut a lot of wood back in here, and I know there's deer in here, probably scaring them right now. We're gonna try something new this year. We'll set her up for a couple weeks and see what we can see. Kind of go from there. Alright, I'm gonna try this right here, I think, guys. So I'm gonna set you all down, and we're gonna set this guy up. Easy peasy, guys. I'm gonna set this chair in quick. I left my sledgehammer and my tent stakes down at the truck. This here is a barred net. You can see that? So, a couple things I like about this. I've had it for 1 year, hung with it 1 season. It's small. It's smaller than most of my other pop-ups. The windows are a lot nicer. I do like the windows better on this one compared to the other blind that I showed you. It still doesn't have the tie downs up here, the strings, and it doesn't have any brush straps in here either. So I don't like that. You do have the strap on the center pole, and it doesn't have an extra flap down here on the ground. When I put this up on my platform, if I don't have that extra flap and I got it tied down real tight, sometimes there's a big air pocket right there. There's a big hole that lots of air can get into, and when it's, you know, end of November, into December, sometimes we're still hunting and there's an air pocket, it gets cold, let me tell you. Especially when you're on a all-day set, or morning sets are tough like that, because you get out and it's, 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, cold already, usually snowing and blowing and nasty weather at that time of year, and then you get a hole up underneath your blind. That's no fun, let me tell you. I guess one of the positives of that blind was it was constructed really well, so I did like the construction quality of it was nice. And I guess in its defense, it was a cheaper blind. I can't remember what I paid for it, guys, but it wasn't very expensive. I wouldn't say it was much over 100 or 100 and a quarter, something like that. With hunting out in the woods like this, there's always something happening in these blinds. So you can buy a real nice one, it might be destroyed in a year. So best one I ever had was the cheapest one and the first one I ever bought, and I think I actually bought it at Walmart. I think it was like $110 or something like that. I think it was an ameristep. Best one I ever had. I think it lasted like 4+ years. It was big, the windows were nice. There we go, guys. Back up half a step there. Not a bad blind at all. I wouldn't say it was a bad blind. constructed really well. So this over here, I don't know if you can see, but right there I have basically just a stick blind I built about 3 years ago, and I've actually sat in that and seen deer. But it gets cold, especially when, like I say, when it gets later in the season. You're sitting there, and this is right on the point of the field. So there's a field right there, and then it wraps around, comes back this way, and it's all field right here. And it comes up and just blows, and it is cold, let me tell you. All right, so I'm gonna throw a little bit of brush on this guy and call it a day. All right, I know there's not a whole lot of brush on there, but I don't want to spend a whole lot of time out here either. So we're sitting right close to a lane here. You can see that little opening right there is a pretty good lane through here. So I'm gonna get out of here. All right, guys, we're making our way out of the woods now. I appreciate you coming out with me and setting up deer blinds. I did a quick review of kind of each of them that I sat up, just to give you guys an idea what you're looking for, what I'm looking for when I'm buying deer blinds. I'm out hunting, you know, what's comfortable for us around here. You know, we have to factor in a little bit of snow every once in a while too. So, you know, how well is that thing insulated? You know, is there flaps on the ground that can kind of keep some of the air in? So that's all things to think about. So now all that's left is the hunting part. So I'll definitely update you guys throughout the season, and we'll put a couple hunting videos up and let you know what's going around here. So I appreciate you guys tuning in and coming back and watching all my episodes of crazy shenanigans going on at Gagne Farms. So thanks again, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.